Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome to another live commentary. This time on YouTube. I'm doing on StreamYard this time. This time we're doing the 2018 monster hit from Marvel, Avengers Infinity War. Yep, we're finally going to do this one. Well, basically, I wanted to do this because, Loki's coming out in June. He's in it for very briefly. And, I'm going to see the digital copy. And besides, the chat won't be as crazy as when I saw my last live commentary, which I did back in May. Let's do this, man. I'm pumped. Avengers Infinity War, 2 hours and 17 minutes. Pretty long, so here we go. It starts pretty dark with you finally get to see Thanos. My heart was pumping when I saw this.
We're under assault. I repeat, we're under assault.
And this is a much better movie than The Last Jedi or The Rise of Skywalker because at least it did something different. Really loud. I don't want it to be too loud. Amazing looking opening. It set the stage for the rest of the movie that Thanos is a threat, unlike Kylo Ren.
Hear me and rejoice. You have had the privilege of being saved.
Hey Jalen, what's up? I'm here.
You may think this
it's a downbeat ending, but if you saw the ending of Ragnarok, you knew something was going to go down.
It is salvation.
And trust me, I'm not going to miss Idris Elba in the MCU. He's going to be in the Suicide Squad. That's going to have a lot of casualties too.
Smile. Or even in death, you have become children of Thanos.
Oh yeah, there's Loki. How did Loki come back if he's dead? Well, they did bring him back in Endgame in a flashback when they went to 2012. Oh, he is. The Mad Titan. And Brolin did a great job as Thanos. I don't want to hear that. It was nothing like in the comics. He has the look, he has the voice, and he doesn't have to be over the top. That's more than I could say for some other film. And I like how serious this movie gets. So if people were expecting this movie to be a cartoon, it's not. This is how Marvel can get you to care about a war. In wars, there's always going to be casualties. I had chills in the theater when I saw this. My pulse was racing, right? There's a reason this movie made over $2 billion because it said to hell with subverting expectations the way Rian Johnson did. They made Hulk look like a wimp. I know, Jalen. But again, it's Thanos. What the hell you were expecting? Thanos to get his ass kicked in this movie? He kind of does at the end, but this is his film. And I was happy about it. I was tired of every movie being the same. I wanted to see something different. The Russos took a lot of risk with this movie. The only thing I think that doesn't work in this movie is the ending, because it's kind of downbeat. What were you expecting with Thanos? You wanted him to be a weakling, like the Apocalypse movie, the X-Men Apocalypse movie, where he's overacting and his voice is altered and he's like learning. No, this is some serious chiz right here. This film, the audience was like gasping every time something happened in this movie. They were either cheering or gasping.
Your optimism is misplaced. Well, for one thing, I'm North Asgardian. And for another, we have the Hulk.
Yeah, but you were expecting a hero to beat Thanos in the first 5 minutes of the movie? No. Yeah, this isn't just any villain, guys. This is Thanos, one of the biggest villains in the MCU. He's not even the most powerful. Wait till Galactus shows up in the MCU when he can eat a planet without even touching, without even the people knowing. You just grab a planet and eat it like a blueberry. I fought him in the Marvel superheroes fighting game. I know how tough he is. You have to make your villain strong, guys. Kylo Ren was not strong. They made him a pussy. In the opening, he kills an old man, and that's it. That's it. He doesn't kill anybody but old people. He doesn't get to kill children like Anakin did in Revenge of the Sith. He doesn't choke out one of the rebels like Anakin did as Darth Vader. Yeah, this is when Hulk and Thor get sucked into into the realms. This is a badass villain. This is how you do it the right way. I'm sorry Ryan Johnson couldn't do that with Snoke. They made him a nothing villain. Bye, Idris Elba. We'll never see you again. I'm gonna go do the Suicide Squad and take Will Smith's place. No, you're not. Will Smith is a much better actor than you. Yeah. I love this movie, guys. I'm sorry. I love Tobey Maguire. I wish he was in the MCU. I know Chanudi. I know you get it, but this isn't have. This isn't. This is the Tom Holland Spider-Man. I'm bald, but yeah. There's a reason that Thanos wins in this movie at the end. They weren't going to let Brolin lose. I mean, in the third movie, there was a fourth movie. I said, people, there's another movie coming out. People don't get to see the Marvel Phase 3 schedule that was coming out at the time. I knew what was going to happen. I knew exactly what was going to happen. I didn't know he was going to snap at half of the people, but I did know that Thanos was going to win somehow. People can't call this movie shit because it did something. What people were missing was that happy ending that happened with the last movie, with Age of Ultron. But even then, Ultron did kill an Avenger. We haven't seen Quicksilver since WandaVision, and it was a different actor playing him. So, in a way. And by the way, I left the theater really, really empowered. I was like, I can't wait till next year. And Endgame delivered. Kiss my ass, haters. Endgame delivered. It gave me everything that the new Star Wars could not. Everything. It gave me a badass villain. It gave me a lot of action in the second half. It gave me characters I was invested in. It gave me a grand finale that didn't feel cheated. It gave me a badass, one of the greatest film battles, final battles I've ever seen in my life. At least Will Smith is American. Yeah. And the thing is, Idris Elba's not even playing Deadshot. He's playing another version of him. At least this time I can see the digital copy. I'll know when the movie ends. 2 hours and 17 minutes. Again, that's still shorter than freaking The Last Jedi. Last Jedi's what, 2.5 hours? Too freaking long. Sorry. That's way too long. Sorry, you're not going to kill me today. Yeah, you should. And people were like, why is Ant-Man and the Wasp so goofy after this happened? Because it needed to be lighter, guys. Trust me, after all these people die in Infinity War, you want to have some laughs. It's like after 9/11, we needed to have some laughs after that. It was so tragic. And I was there, so I know what happened. I love Josh Brolin's voice. It's so cinematic, you know? I don't feel like another actor could have even touched him. Maybe Ron Perlman if he was younger, but no, he was just too old by 2018. This was a epic, guys. Yep, Loki. We thought he finally died. No, because Marvel can bring a character. Yep, that's what you think, Thanos. When they go back in time, they bring Loki back. And that Infinity Gauntlet is freaking awesome. It's a glove. It's a yellow glove with colors on it. You would think that would look silly, but no, it looks freaking awesome. When this happened, I was like, yeah, this sets the tone for the rest of the movie. It's not like there's no jokes in the movie. There is a reason this is one of the top 5 grossing movies of all freaking time. Screw Avatar. This is how you make a long epic without boring me to death. And it's shorter. It's only 2 hours and 17 minutes. Avatar is 3 hours, guys. The theatrical cut was like 2 hours and 45. It's too long. I was bored out of my mind by the time we got to Pandora. I'm like, when is something going to happen? I don't want to just see a bunch of CG. I want to see characters I'm invested in, actors I'm invested in. Yeah, actors I'm invested in. That's a problem that some people have with me on Facebook. I complain about actors because there's too many foreigners in films now. This film has a lot of foreigners, but I care about them. I care about Benedict Cumberbatch and Benedict Wong and Tom Holland. I care about these people. I could care less about what happens to the people that have been in The Force Awakens or Rogue One. They can't act to save their lives. They did not get me invested. The hobo almost sucked out my soul, guys. You guys don't know that. Have never seen my videos because she was horrible. Not bad, horrible. He's coming. Yep. Listen to this. Listen how cinematic this sounds. Yep. Hell yeah, baby. When I heard that, I had chills in my arms were shaking. I was like, and it wasn't just because I was drinking a lot of soda. I was very invested. Here comes Tony Stark. When Thanos stabbed Iron Man, I was afraid he was going to die. Yeah, but again, they subverted your expectations. That's what this movie did better than the new Star Wars. It did it better. It did it without insulting the cast and insulting the characters and insulting the audience. When Han died in Force Awakens, I was out. I was like, goodbye. I don't want to hear anymore. You killed off one of my favorite characters in Star Wars, not even in a badass way. You killed him off like a chump. Oh, Kylo shoots a freaking lightsaber to his chest, and it's over. I'm like, that's how Han Solo dies? Not old age, but this?
I know I had the surgery. I'm just trying to protect us. A few dresses, and that's it. Just in case there's a monster in the closet. So,
And these people talk like they're human beings and not robots. Just saying, guys. You should have heard the audience. You should have heard the audience when I was still watching this. They clapped for everything, for this and an Endgame, because they're invested. The people that were awake, anyway. I was invested. What did you expect me to do?
I'm Dr. Stephen Strange.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, congratulations on the wedding, by the way. I'm sorry, you giving out tickets or something? Need your help.
And Cumberbatch is amazing as Doctor Strange. He was a much better Doctor Strange than Khan. I'll say that. At least Iron Man died in worries. Yeah, and he sacrificed himself. This wasn't, I'm going to die. I'm going to let Thanos stab me right through the heart, and then that's it. I'm like, no. That's not how you do it. There's Bruce Banner. I don't remember this movie getting so reviled. I just said it's one of the worst movies ever made.
These Infinity Stones each control an essential aspect of existence.
There's Benedict Wong. It's Asian month, so this was perfect to see today.
Power, soul, mind, and time.
Time. Something that we all have if we're young. I don't want to waste time, guys. I needed to do a podcast for this movie. You knew I was going to gush about it. It's an Avengers movie. What do you think my last name is here on YouTube?
He takes what he wants. He wipes out half the population.
Hell yeah. And Mark Ruffalo's so good in these movies. How dare some people on YouTube, I'm not going to say names, said that he was bad in the first one. Dude, he got better with age. Banner's performance in the 2003 Hulk, horrible. And Edward Norton was good, but he was too hard to work with. That's why he wasn't here.
Did you seriously just say hitherto undrugged out? Seriously leaning on the cauldron of the cosmos. Is that what that?
I love that. He has a cape and it adds a mind of its own.
If Thanos needs us 6, why don't we just stick this one down the garbage disposal? No can do. We swore an oath to protect the Time Stone with our lives. And I swore off dairy. Then Ben and Jerry's named a flavor after me, so Stark raving hazelnuts. Not bad. Bit chalky. Alcoholic burning fudge is our favorite. That's a thing. Whatever point is.
See,
things change.
it's a bunch of dramatic stuff followed by jokes. That's something that DC can't do the same way. I'm sorry. Aquaman, they got lucky with that. That James Wan did a good job. Shazam, that was the first movie that DC has ever done where the comedy really, really elevated the movie for me. The Snyder Cut is good, but it's way too freaking long. This movie's shorter. This is how you do it. Long, Zack Snyder, without having a boring opening and a boring epilogue. You didn't need that. You could have cut that completely out. That's why if I do the Snyder Cut, I'm gonna fast forward a lot of it. Especially the opening, because it's pointless. They have to show the BVS from a different point of view, and it's 8 minutes long. It's way too long. We're only about almost 15 minutes in, and I'm just invested. This and Endgame just goes to show that Marvel is the new Star Wars. It is, because it did not let me down. Unlike Solo, which is pitch black, yeah. Yeah, with his pitch blackness and lead that could possibly have the same teeth as Bugs Bunny. Yeah, exactly. Those movies were boring. Rogue One, it had the action, it didn't have the character moments. I'm sorry. If Jyn Erso had a personality and was feminine, I would have been more invested. And wasn't a Brit, I would have been more invested. I'm sorry. But Felicity Jones can't carry a movie, guys. She's boring. That movie she did, The Aeronauts, bombed because she can't deliver at the box office. Neither does Emilia Clarke or The Hobo. I'm sorry. That's why I don't want to see The Hobo in a movie like this, because I'm going to be like, you're going to ruin the MCU with this eater of souls? No, thank you, sir. I'm not a racist. I have a lot of people, Brits, on my wall from the original Star Wars and the prequels and from the Avengers. But it doesn't mean I want to be in love with all of them. I'm sorry. That's just not me. I'm not a people person. I get along with certain people and others I don't. Who's the first 2 people that die in this movie? Loki and Hemdall. 2 British actors. One of them is not coming back and the other is. So make that for what you will, you know? This is awesome. There's so much tension in this movie. I just love it. And after the year we had in 2020 and 2021, yeah, between March of last year and this year, it was not easy for me, guys. Trust me. There's a reason this made $2 billion in a summer that was filled with really high highs and really low lows. We had the only movie that was just as good as this was Mission Impossible Fallout. But what didn't work in that movie? Vanessa Kirby. Yeah, she wouldn't work in the MCU because she would be boring. She's not a good actress. She's dull. Look at that thing. It's like the Cosmic Donut. There's Peter Parker. Oh yeah, baby. Everybody got an applause in this movie. Just nearly everybody.
We're all gonna die! We're the faces!
Zendaya wasn't here because she was doing another film. And let's not forget the entire rehash trilogy with Sucked Out of the Soul. Yeah, exactly. She's not a Skywalker guy. She did not earn that. Holland deserved being Spider-Man after what Garfield did with his movies, which was nothing. This was like a fan movie. This and Endgame. The people that hated this just were expecting the wrong movie. They were expecting the Russos to do what Joss Whedon did. No, they're different than Joss Whedon. And people hate Joss Whedon now because of the Justice League. I don't. I'm sorry. So he didn't get along with Gal Gadot. We can't get along with everybody. Trust me on that. I worked on a lot of plays in college. Some people I loved working with. Others I would never, ever do a play with them ever again. Sorry. But that's how I am. I'm a loner by nature.
And rejoice.
This is
You
great.
are about to die at the hands of the children of Thanos. Be thankful that your meaningless lives.
And these characters don't look fake. Is
closed today.
Yeah, I know. Last year in a heartbeat, in a nutshell.
Does this chattering animal speak for you? Certainly not. I speak for myself.
Oh yeah.
Trespassing in this city and on this planet. Please get lost, Squidward.
Squidward. This is fantastic. I love this movie so much, man.
No, not really. Do I ever get what I want? That's right. It's been a while. Good to have you, buddy. I need to concentrate here for a second.
I've been throwing DC to be the new Star Wars as well. Star Wars can't do it anymore. Yeah. If it wasn't for Mandalorian, Star Wars would not be relevant anymore. Seriously. That's what saved their ass, because Rise of Skywalker did not, guys. I'm sorry. That's this movie done poorly by a director that did not care. And he had writers that are not good. Here we go. Iron Man. He comes about 20 minutes into the movie. At least it's not at the end. And this movie didn't tease me. It gave me what I wanted. Do you have watch over? Oh, wait. Do you have watch other movie reviewers? Yeah, I do watch other movie reviewers. I have a lot of subscribers, and I subscribe to channels like Double Toasted. Good guys. I like those guys. Don't always agree with them, but yeah. Oh yeah, I love it. And also, I'm subscribed to like the Screen Junkies and Web Movie One and a bunch of other great people on YouTube. But I only want to see reviews that I'm interested in.
Gotta get that stone out of here now. It stays with me. Jackie, bye.
This is awesome, man. I love this.
Tony, you okay? How we doing? Good, man? Really, really good. Really good. You plan on helping out? I'm trying. You won't come out.
Yeah, because he's scared. You got beat. You got sucker punched by a freaking Titan. My bad for my grammar. Yeah, it's okay, guys. It's freaking it's YouTube. Some people can't spell. You stay in the house for a year, and some people forget how to spell things, and I don't blame you. I realize that 2022 will mark the 20th anniversary of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. I did a good podcast on that, so see that on my channel. Giving the Spider-Verse sequel next year the perfect time to release. Exactly. There he is. Yep. Oh, yeah. Spidey. When people saw that, they clapped. Yeah, they just saw Spider-Man's face. The Russos did not take a crap on the franchise like the Wachowskis have done with every movie they've done after the Matrix. I'm sorry, guys. They're not going to save Matrix 4. I bet that's going to be a disappointment. It won't be as downbeat as Revolutions, but it's not going to be Endgame, Infinity War level entertainment. It's just not. It's been too many years. People have moved on from the slow-mo, the bullet time. They've moved on. Trust me. Comic book movies are still making money at the box office. Wait till Black Widow comes out. We all know that's going to make money. And guess what? This movie only has one Game of Thrones actor, and he's the good one, Peter Dinklage. Yeah, it's not freaking Emilia Clarke or Sophie Turner or whatever. There's a reason why this and Endgame beat every X-Men movie that ever came out of Fox. Yeah, every single one of them. You can combine the grosses of all the X-Men movies and the recent two, which were Dark Phoenix and New Mutants. None of that equals this or this. Oh yeah. This movie had stakes. and they're very high. Sorry, Evan, I can't go. I can't answer you right now. Is this better than the Spider Verse only because Infinity War didn't have a flashy third act? Yes, because also there's more Spider Man in this movie. I hate to say it, but I love Miles as Spidey, but there was too many characters in that movie. I love that movie, but there's characters you could have cut out of that movie easily. Like Miles's family, you only needed his uncle and his father, and maybe his mother in a cameo, and that's it. Because that's basically what she is. But it has a lot of characters, and you know they throw all these characters in one movie, and we don't know them yet. You know, we don't know Film Noir Spider-Man or what was it, Penny Parker or Spider-Ham. I didn't even know who he was until I saw that movie. Here, I knew most of the characters because I'd seen their individual movies and team-up movies. I'm the only person on this earth that saw all 23 movies in the theater when they came out. Yes. I'm one of the only people in this world. Is the Lego Movie 2 seizure-inducing? No, it's just boring, and it's not funny. The DCU needs more light in the movies, so their tone is too dark. Yeah, the Snyder Cut just barely has any color in it. Of course he is. He's going into space. Everybody was invested. There's the Iron Suit. Hell yeah. This was in the trailer, so... Color doesn't make a movie bomb, guys. Personality doesn't make a movie bomb. Hell yeah. But the Lego Movie sequel has flashy colors. Yeah, but it wasn't that. I was ready for craziness. I didn't know how boring it was going to be.
What's going on? Yeah, I'm fine. I just think we might have to push our E3 days. Why? Just because I'll probably...
And the podcast is working, and that's good. I should do more podcasts here instead of on StreamYard. My next on StreamYard is going to be on Memorial Day. I'm doing Olympus Has Fallen. If people were bored with this movie, I don't know what they're talking about. Because like I said, guys, when I'm invested, I will sit through any story. And you can bet money on that. Because I've been invested on movies. When I'm not invested, like Rogue One or Solo, I'm like, no, I want it to be over. As quickly as I can. There's a cell phone. Remember cell phones like that with flipper phones? They still sell them at Target.
Time stone's been taken. Sanctum remains unguarded. What will you do? I'm gonna make a call.
Oh yeah, so Steve Rogers because he's not Captain America here. There's the Guardians. Yeah, again, people love this. When they saw this, they're like, "We are invested." I still have my problems with Chris Pratt. This is when it started, guys, in 2018. Because I said, like, he was trying to outact Chris Hemsworth, Robert Downey Jr., etc. I'm like, you can't do that. They've been around a lot longer than you. Plus, nobody loves people love your character, Star-Lord. They don't love you personally because of your mouth. And to be honest, I prefer Groot and Rocket. That's the reason Rocket got more screen time. Also, 2020. I think I should lower this music because I don't want to get a copyright claim. Also, 2022 will mark the 10th anniversary of Wreck-It Ralph. Because, like I said, I'm looking forward to Guardians 3, but shut your mouth, Chris Pratt. Nobody wants to hear your political views. Nobody wants to hear it. In 2021, everybody that has a different opinion gets sacrificed here. Trust me on that. If you open your mouth, they will crucify your ass. Because they did that to Joss Whedon. Oh, I gave Gal Gadot a hard time. Gal couldn't work with the bad script when Zack Snyder left and Whedon had to take over. Can you blame her? I can't, okay? Yeah. Yeah, I didn't want to get the music copyright claim because you know what happened last time with Spider-Man 3. They gave me an unnecessarily copyright claim. Defender, I remember that arcade. I never played it. I just, Because, like I said before, give me characters I'm invested in. Mantis is a better character than Lobo. She's female, but she's not super powered. There's Drax, yeah. This movie was a fan movie. There's Thor crashing on the. You look like melted ice cream. No, we'll get to that when I do Endgame. Trust me, there's a reason Pratt got reduced from a major role in the Infinity War to a cameo at the end of Endgame. Because you got to shut your mouth. Shut your freaking mouth. Nobody cares about politics, religion, or freaking affiliations. I stopped caring about that 11 years ago because people need to be decent in this world. No one's civil anymore. You have to shove agendas in people's faces instead of being decent. Be decent and shut the fuck up. Got it? There. Good. Because I don't need affiliations in my freaking Marvel movies. It's the reason I hated Batwoman. Oh, we're gonna make a superhero that's a female, and we're gonna continually beat you over the head that she's a female and she's gay. Why? Because reasons. Or Black Lightning, where they have to put church scenes like it's a Tyler Perry movie. No, I don't need affiliations in my freaking superhero shows or movies. It's not necessary. Daredevil, he has to fight in a church. That was kind of like in the movie, in the 2003 movie. Here we go. Let's get back to Marvel because I don't want to talk about that. But you know what I mean, guys. Be decent or get the hell out of my face. I want DC to catch up to Marvel so DC can also have the amazing milestone, but they need to light up. And the Batman's the only character who just stay dark. Yeah, exactly. Making Superman dark didn't work. That's why Cavill's not coming back. He's eating so. I'm sorry, I'm getting thing. It's just this movie brings the passion out of me.
That's all 6 Infinity Stones. He can do it with the snap of his fingers like this. You seem to know a great deal about Thanos. Gamora was the daughter of Thanos.
Adopted daughter, because she's green and he's purple. So I don't know how that works. Like I said, keep your mouth shut. Hemsworth doesn't go around in interviews, pushing his agendas. He doesn't do that.
Before my father died, he told me that I had a half sister who was imprisoned in hell. Then she returned home and stabbed me in the eye, so I had to kill her. It's life that was nice. Round and round, and I feel the pain. I feel your pain as well, because it's not a competition, but I've been through a lot.
Without James Gunn's writing, let's face it, Chris Pratt's nothing, guys. Without other people to write for him, guy's not funny. Did you see Passengers? Yeah, I rest my case. Lord and Miller and freaking the Russos made and whatchamacallit, and James Gunn made him look like $1 million. There's a reason he's not in the Suicide Squad. Do you want Tom Cruise to play Hal Jordan? No, he's too old.
No, you're not.
You saw Rocket's face like,
Taking our part today, sir. Well, are you making your voice deeper?
Yeah, you're not Batman. Stop that, please. I don't want to hear the vibe. Everyone's like this. You know who's going to talk like that? Robert Pattinson. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is still coming out because COVID screwed a lot of movies. Yeah, but it didn't stop the MCU. We got WandaVision, which was wonderful, and there was no affiliations, and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which was a more socially contemporary movie. Well, show that felt like a movie. There was a lot of racial issues and social commentary in it, and it worked. Because this is the world we live in now, people. The world is not filled with rainbows and sunshine. Right now it is, but back in 2020 and early this year, it was not. Trust me on that. Yeah. Nobody cares about your affiliations. That's why Pratt's not getting as much work now as he did from 2014 to 2018. Just saying, guys, shut your mouth. Don't be Kirk Cameron. He's crazy, okay? He's freaking cuckoo bananas. Instead of just being an actor and being decent, he has to shove agendas in people's faces. Nobody wants that. Is the Wachowski brothers the Diet Russos? Yeah. And they're not even brothers anymore. They're freaking transgender. Because reasons. Because people don't know who they are anymore.
We have to go to nowhere now. Wrong. Where we have to go is not to there. That's a made-up word. Oh, let's Nidavellir is real? Seriously? I mean, that place is a legend. They make the most powerful, horrific weapons that ever torment the universe. I would very much like to go there, please. The rabbit is correct.
A rabbit. He's not a rabbit. He's a raccoon.
Only you two, the dwarf, can make me the weapon I need.
Yeah, the axe that was in Godzilla vs. Kong. It looks just like the Stormbreaker from this movie. Oh yeah, it's me. Again, the Russos and the writers of this movie, they connect with the audience. That's why this movie made $2 billion, guys. No movie even came close to that last year. Oh, the highest grossing movie of last year was Bad Boys for Life. Why? Because it came out before COVID. Even hit in the US. That's why.
I got it figured out. We got 2 ships and a large assortment of morons. The group will go with the pirate angel. And the morons
Pirate Angel. Where Disney laps with Star Wars, they make up with Marvel. Yeah. Thank you, Rocket. Tell Chris to shut the hell up. Nobody cares what you think. There's a reason the Lego movie bombed. People are sick of you, Pratt. Shut your mouth, okay? Just shut your mouth. People like, where did this come from? He shouldn't be talking. There's a reason his marriage went south with Anna Faris and why his movies bomb now and nobody cares about him. Here's WandaVision. Oh, yeah. 35 minutes into the movie. This is the first time we saw Wanda and Vision together since Civil War. His ego gets in the way, and he just gets shut. You know why Wanda won? You know why Elizabeth Olsen won awards for WandaVision? Because she does her job and she shuts up. That's why. This is amazing. It reminds me of how great WandaVision was. I love that show to pieces. It was hilarious. It was creative. It had a great villain in it. The finale was great, and it's leading up to the next phase. And her new costume is so sexy. Scotland, and yet Karen Gillan is not in the scene. Ironic, huh? Yeah, the MCU has continued. It lives again thanks to the freaking the makers of Disney Plus. They knew that we couldn't go to the theater for months, so they had to give us something. That's more than what they gave me. With Star Wars, they gave me 2 things. Bad Batch, which just recently came out, and Mando. That's about it. Because the Clone Wars, that came out years before Disney made the purchase, so that doesn't count. Stay. Hey, Darius, it's me. Yeah, I'm just fired up, man. I'm so fired up. This is how you do a freaking third movie. And this isn't even the last movie. And there's a reason Vision doesn't come back. Like in Endgame, I was like, where's Vision? He doesn't even get snapped away. He just gets shut down. It is an A+. I say minus only because of the ending. But other than that, it's an A. They pulled out all the stops. The Russos had to be like, trust me, guys, we got this. And what happened to Wanda's accent? She lost it. If Vision had died like that, I would have been like, no, that's stupid. You bring him back for 2 minutes? Yes, Proxima kind of looks like a World of Warcraft character, but she's going to be in Ghostbusters Afterlife. I hope that movie does well because it's competing against the Eternals in November. And this movie does not lack action. It doesn't. There's a lot of it and plenty of it. And how come how come this movie can juggle so many characters, and yet Rise of Skywalker, they can't even juggle their original cast and new characters that they just throw in there? How? Because you have better writers who know what we want. They didn't waste our time with filler, a female version of Finn, and a freaking a Rocketeer with bosoms, and a bunch of villains that we don't care about, and etc. And bringing back the Emperor, which is no reason for that. Yeah, I haven't seen Raya, so don't say anything about. Raya, I'm gonna see it next month. I've been waiting so long. This scene also got a lot massive applause as well. I mean, they try to take the stone right out of Vision's head. There's a reason that people still remember this movie. I've had the poster on my wall for 3 years. It's a little damaged, but you know. Yeah. And I'm sorry, Pugface is not going to replace Scarlett Johansson. She won't. She's just going to be a Black Widow in name only. Do you want Seth Rogen to voice the Krang? I don't know. If he could change his voice and not sound too recognizable. And basically, Proxima kind of looks like a Na'vi if she had horns and half of her face was white instead of blue. They did that on purpose so they don't get sued by James Cameron. But it looks better than the Na'vi, where they're all blue and they have dreadlocks and all that. Here we go. Hell yeah, Steve Rogers, baby. Hell yeah. There he is. There's Chris Evans with a beard. The only time you see that. And no mask. And there's Falcon, who became the new Captain America. Again, guys, this is fan service done right. And there's Black Widow with golden hair. Again, kiss my ass, Florence Pugface. Kiss it. Kiss it, kiss it, kiss it. You're never going to be as cool as Scarlet. Stop trying to act like you're going to be. Okay? Just stop. Black Widow, no one's going to watch it for you. They're going to watch it for Scarlet because she's bankable and beautiful, and she got 2 Oscar nominations. And she'll win one day, unlike you. And Brie Larson's not going anywhere, so there we go. I have to say it now because people are like, oh, you're so racist. So I'm like, I don't like Pugface. In The Commuter, she had a cameo, and I forgot she was even in it. Do you think Ryan Reynolds will make a great Johnny Cage? Maybe, if he's not busy. That Mortal Kombat sequel definitely needs an upgrade. Because Colt was not a good lead in that movie. He was very generic and boring. It was a flashback. And there's not too many flashbacks in this movie. DC puts a flashback in everything they do. We get it. The past is important in a character's growth, but we don't need to see everything that happens to them. Besides, Mando did the same flashback, and it did it really well. Where Mando's a kid, and his parents get killed by super battle droids from the prequels. Do you like Clouded with Chance of Meatballs? Yeah, it was cute. Hotel Transylvania was cute. The first one, open season. The first 2 are good. I didn't like the third one. And Surf's Up was pretty underrated.
Where's my mother?
What's your name? You're quite the fighter, Gamora. Come. Let me help you.
Brolin did his job. I don't want to hear that he phoned it in. He was just like, he has the most calm voice, and the CGI looks fantastic. There's a reason that his villain was, there were people dressed up as Thanos at Comic-Con. No one was dressed up as the New Mutants. No one was dressed up as Dark Phoenix. No one was dressed up as Solo from that Solo movie, the younger Han, not the Han Solo from the originals, because people forgot about them. How did Solo come out a month after this and it was boring and I couldn't see the freaking movie? You see how bright this movie is? you can see everything. Even in space, even when it's nighttime, you can see everything. I'm pumped, man. I'm pumped. Wait till Endgame. I'm gonna be gushing like a fountain. I miss the MCU. I haven't been in the theater in over a year. You can't blame me. My friends haven't been in the theater for years either. So, some of them.
You know what these grenades are, the blow off your junk kind or the gas kind? Because I was thinking about hanging a couple on my belt right here. I don't want to.
Good luck with Endgame. Yeah, trust me, Josh, I will. I'm going to sit through the entire movie, the whole 3 hours. I'll skip and when I get to the end credits, I'm just going to see the names of the actors and then stop because you don't need to see 10 minutes of end credits. I'm not boring. When it comes to my podcast, you know exactly what you're going to get. There's a Surf's Up 2 where they team up with the WWE. It was okay. It wasn't horrible. I've seen worse. Paige can't act, but you know that's just me.
What?
Did she stutter? She said he will kill me. Endgame, I'm not doing it next week. I'm probably going to do it in June before Loki. Maybe June 1st or 2nd. Mm-hmm. Zoe Saldana went from giving a boring and over-the-top performance to Avatar to one of the best. I know, I'm shocked too. Because her movies were not good when she started. She did Columbiana, and Avatar, and a remake of Death at a Funeral, which no one saw. And then she did some movie with Bradley Cooper where it was like a drama. Again. But she went on to do Guardians, and the rest is history. Now she's not a stick. The Star Trek movie, she's fine as a horror, but she's not as good as the original horror. She really, what's it? Nichelle Nichols? Yeah, she's still the best horror. There's a lot of emotions running through my body, man, right now. There's Drax.
Dude, how long have you been standing there? An hour.
An hour?
Are you serious?
I've mastered the ability of standing so incredibly still that I've become invisible to the eye. Watch.
Trust me, when I went to Comic-Con, I had to stay in line for a while when I was waiting for Amy Jo Johnson. Do you like the movie Storks? I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it yet.
It's imperceptible.
Hi, Jax.
There's that cutie pie. She's going to be in Palm Clemency. She's going to be in Mission Impossible 7, but that got pushed to next year, so I can wait. Trust me, I have a lot of movies to get through this year. We still got 7 months to go, and I have a lot of time, so I'm going to get to it. Nowhere with a K.
This place looks deserted. Where do you move in the third quadrant? Yeah, picking that up too. Let's put down over here.
Groot doesn't do anything until the end, but that's only because Vin Diesel didn't come back because he was doing fast. Was he in Hobbs and Shaw? No, he wasn't. He was doing Bloodshot, probably shooting that, and that was awful. That was so horrendous. Best of Blue Skies franchise. I don't know which is their worst. Did they do the Ice Age movies back when this came out? I bet people dressed up. Yeah. Well, not as Captain Marvel, Josh. No, she wasn't in the movie. Only her symbol is at the end. I saw a guy dress up as Cap, as Steve Rogers. I saw someone dress up as Spider-Man with a hoodie. I saw somebody dress up, I think, as Thor. Yeah, people were pumped for this. There's the collector. Yeah, better character than the Grandmaster. I can say that because he doesn't have as much screen time. When I went to go see Endgame, I was wearing my Captain Marvel shirt because, again, I was supporting her. I don't give a damn what anybody thinks. Everybody wants to kill Thanos, and yet the one who ends him is in the Endgame, and that's Iron Man. because the MCU started with Iron Man and it ends with Iron Man. Fitting conclusion. It ends the Avengers. These group of Avengers ends with him. But unlike Logan, it's not like with Logan he gets murdered, so it's not like he sacrifices himself. He gets murdered, and it was too downbeat. You have to have a villain that people are going to take seriously and afraid of. Nobody walked out of the theater saying, "You know what? I wish Brolin was in Thanos." No, who was going to play him? Like I said, Ron Perlman could have done it if he was younger, but you know, time marches on, guys. I saw this in the theater, guys. In the theater, packed house, lots of clapping, lots of people. Do you want Batista to play Bane? I don't know. Now that the MCU continues, we're a new lead again. But the people that are earning their spots, Monica earned her spot in WandaVision. Tiana Paris, the new Miss Marvel. We'll see what she can do when her show comes out. Hawkeye, Jeremy Renner's going to pass the bow instead of just dying and give it to Haley Steinfeld. I'm fine with it. I'm over the fact that she was in Into the Spider-Verse. That was years ago. That was a cartoon. Now I want to see Haley in the flesh. I killed them in the. There's still an hour and there's still more than an hour of the movie left. I would say 2 hours, but no, the movie's not too. Look at the collector. Thanos is not going to die 50 minutes into the movie. That's way too soon. See? Reality can really bum you out. Captain Marvel versus Hulk. This reminded me of Mustafar in episode 3. Again, this movie had a lot to do with Revenge of the Sith. It really did. It's downbeat, but it doesn't have everybody dying in it, or like a lot of people. I'm not saying Haley is bad in Spider-Verse. She's not. It's just that she's a cartoon. Anybody could have done it, Josh. You could have had freaking Dove Cameron could have done the same performance, and it would have been just as good. Just saying. Her in the flesh, I like to see her more in the flesh because, yeah, a real woman is what I get off on, not a cartoon. I'm not into hentai or DeviantArt or any of that. I don't whack it to cartoons. That's why I'm not a brony either, because I don't watch My Little Pony. I'm a guy. I'm only attracted to women, even if they're green in this movie. Yeah, women. It's like, shut up, or I'm gonna break your freaking mouth. Yeah.
I think of myself more as a Titan killing long-term booty call. Let her go.
Peter.
Yeah, that was a weird line. Quill has some of the weirdest lines in this movie. There is one line in this movie that makes me cringe, but I'll mute it. That way you guys don't have to hear it. It's about an hour into the movie when he has his arm around Spider-Man. That's a real cringe-worthy moment. Not Spidey's line, just what he says.
You promised.
Would you hate if Captain Marvel goes, I'm one with the Force? No, she's not going to say that because, again, people compared her to Rey, but here's the thing. She has established character traits in the comics. She's already OP in the comics. So I knew what I was getting into. But they did it better because she's not a Mary Sue character. We know about her. And tell me, this was a better movie than Venom, Josh. You can easily admit that here on camera because that movie ruined one character. Sony didn't know how to write a good Venom movie. They said, "Oh, Venom is not gonna have the spider symbol. Spider-Man's not gonna be in the movie, and he's gonna be spitting off one-liners like he's Freddy Krueger." That's not Venom in the comics. Don't worry, I'll see one of the MCU movies in the theaters. Hopefully, Multiverse of Madness. Yeah, you should. Just go in with an open mind and ignore the people. Miles is coming to the MCU. Yeah, right after No Way Home. Bye. Yep, he took Gamora. This is almost an hour into the movie, and look at all that's happened. And this score is fantastic. To me, this should have been the third Star Wars movie that we got. Uh, but again, people won't listen to me. This is Avengers headquarters. Yeah, where at the end of Homecoming,
Satellites lost him somewhere over.
Don Cheadle.
A stolen Quinjet with 4 of the world's most wanted criminals. You know, they're only criminals because you've chosen to call them that, right, sir? Thank God, bro, it's your talent for horse shit rivals mine. If it weren't for those accords, Vision would have been right here. I remember your signature on those papers.
And this movie treated the audience like we were adults, not little kids. If people say these movies are for kids, is it repetitive in Rogue One? What's repetitive? There's too much. Yeah, I'm one with the Force is with me. I'm like, he should have been the lead of the movie, but not say that stupid line 85 times because it was too much. And look, the Avengers are wearing dark colors and they're still not depressed like the X-Men. That line is repetitive. It is repetitive.
The world's on fire. You think all's forgiven? I'm not looking for forgiveness, and I'm way past asking permission.
Me too.
Earth just lost her best defender, so we're here to fight. If you want to stand in our way, we'll fight you too.
Yeah, he's a hologram, like a Star Wars movie. There's spaceships and there's aliens, like a Star Wars movie. These movies have been more Star Wars than any of the other 5 films. Endgame, Infinity War, Guardians 2. They all feel like Star Wars more than this. More than freaking the rehash trilogy and the 2 spin-offs. They weren't soulless. Those movies needed George Lucas there, either to write or to produce or something.
Yeah, well, the hotels weren't exactly 5 star. I think you look great.
Don Cheadle, who played War Machine, is also playing the villain in the new Space Jam. Yeah, I'm gonna see it at home. John, the 5 guys near you shut down. That sucks. She has golden hair, but it never comes back. Like her hair is blonde, like Scarlett Johansson really is blonde, and then she in the next movie her hair is like red as a ponytail, and then she dies. But we're getting Black Widow in 2 months. Less than 2 months, we're gonna have her back in our lives. Yes, there is.
Thanos has the biggest army in the universe, and he is not gonna stop until he gets Vision Stone. Well, then we have to protect it. No, we have to destroy it. I've been giving a good deal of thought to this entity in my head about its nature, but also its composition. I think if it were exposed to a sufficiently powerful energy source, something very...
So Wanda has a gash on her head, and Wanda has more emotional depth than the hobo does. She's powerful, but she can feel emotions, and Elizabeth Olsen's a better actress, and she passed on doing The Force Awakens to do this. Trust me, she made the better choice. She's not the most hated character in all of Star Wars for ripping off, better characters.
Thanos threatens half the universe. One life cannot stand in the way of defeating him, but it should. We don't trade lives, Vision. Captain, 70 years ago, you laid down your life to save how many millions of people? Tell me, why is this any different? Because you might have a choice. Your mind is made up of a complex construct of overlays charged.
Yeah, now we have a white Vision. If you see WandaVision,
all of them mixed together, all of them learning.
At least this chat is a little bit more civil than the last one. Olsen's great in this movie, and even in her short appearance in Endgame, you can tell that she could have taken Thanos by herself. There's a reason for that, guys. Did you see what she did in WandaVision? She created her own reality without Thanos' stone, by the way. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. Bozeman, I miss you a lot. Please stay, safe up there. We miss you a lot, man. There he is, Chadwick Boseman, and I miss him a lot. The sequel won't be the same without him. Okoye. Yeah, we did see the Wakandans in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That was nice to see. Not Okoye. We saw some other ones, but the black power of the MCU. But Bozeman, because you're not around anymore, we will still have more people. His sequel is going to respect them, yeah. But also, we're going to get more diversity in the MCU, and it's going to be, it was earned. Falcon already proved that. They're very strong. There's Bucky. Yeah, yes, Josh, Bucky shows up. Without his arm, well, with his new arm that they give him. The arm that's in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. See, I was never worried about that, because Bucky's not the main focus. It's Falcon's story more than Bucky's story. He's just there along for the ride, because they give Falcon more screen time, and he becomes Captain America. John, one of my friends hates Homecoming because it's a comedy. I'm like, every MCU movie has comedy in it. Yes, even the first Iron Man, which was very dark. I rewatched it on Disney Plus, but it still works. Those needles look cringe. It looks like a saw trap. If people have seen Spiral, tell me if there was a trap like this where there's a bunch of needles, pins heading to her face. I'm going to see Black Widow, Space Jam 2, and Hotel Transylvania 4 in July. Shuri is going to be the next Black Panther. I know. I love Bucky now thanks to his show. Yeah, again, I knew he was not going to be a liability. That's going to be in Loki when you have the lady that was in Wrinkle in Time and whatever. I'm like, no, I'm watching it for Tom Hiddleston and Owen Wilson. He does realize Spider-Man is not the Dark Knight. It's not. Amazing Spider-Man was, and I was bored. Sorry. You can do dark and gritty without making it sound stupid. When Miles is going to be introduced, fans are going to lose it. Yeah, they're going to lose it in a few months when Tony shows up in a cameo in Black Widow.
Yeah, right where I didn't want you to be. This isn't Coney Island. This isn't Field Trip. This is a one-way ticket. You hear me? Don't pretend you thought this through. I know you did.
I did think this through.
Possibly thought this.
You can't be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man if there's no neighborhood.
Yeah, he's right about that.
Okay, that didn't really make sense, but you know what I'm trying to say.
And can Holland take a break? Like, do the next movie and just take a little break, like a year? It won't kill you, man. A lot of these actors took a break from acting after the COVID. Because, again, I know he's young, but I don't want him to burn out. Marvel is going to have diversity with Black Panther. It's black people and Shang-Chi. Yeah, exactly. Shang-Chi is going to be amazing. I can't wait to see that. Phase 4, I'm looking forward to. It's going to be different, yes, but it's going to be a little bit lighter. It's going to be a little bit smaller. It doesn't need to be grandiose for every freaking movie. And look, a villain that can use the Force, and it's done better than Snoke. Oh, no, somebody pinch me. Yeah, they use Force powers, and they can project objects. That's the Force, guys. Marvel has been doing it for a long time. You saw how they sealed the door? Yeah. If Caitlyn does one of these movies, yeah, MCU or DCU, don't underutilize her for 5 seconds. Give her some small introduction, then set her off. Yeah, exactly. Disney Plus will have a field day. They would love to have her. Trust me, because Diva is beautiful and she's so talented. She can carry a movie. If Booksmart didn't come out a month after Endgame, it would have made a lot more.
I tried to bench you, you refused. Unlike everyone else in your life, I don't work for you. And due to that fact, we're now in a flying.
Thanos doesn't need to throw temper tantrums. No, he doesn't.
I'm back. No, you're still awake. The adults are talking. I'm sorry, I'm confused as to the relationship here. I mean, what is he, your ward?
No. I'm Peter, by the way.
Doctor Strange.
Hell yeah. Using a made up names. That's great. Yeah, and they're two Brits, but they can pull it off. Unlike Finn and the hobo, they can pull it off. Yeah, their introduction to each other is a lot more like in the prequels than the rehash trilogy. And Strange is not trying to beat the hell out of him with a stick.
sent an army to New York, and now he's back.
Caitlin can do anything.
I
Yeah,
don't know what to do.
she can do anything.
So I'm not so
She's
sure.
young like Colin, and she's not in 8 movies every 3 years. Hell, what was her last film in the theater? I don't even remember, because Unbelievable was on Netflix, and Doctor Strange is an awesome character. Yeah, I saw the movie in the theater. I was never bored. It was like Inception and Harry Potter, but a lot shorter. The only thing I didn't like in that movie was Tilda Swinton. I thought she was just not for me. Foreshadowing.
Because the universe depends on it. Good, more comes. Straight. Kid, you're an Avenger now.
Oh yeah. Again, earned. If that was Andrew Garfield, I would not have cared. Yeah, you're an Avenger now, so soon we'll see the X-Men and the Fantastic Four done right this time, with some personality, color, and making them actually do stuff instead of having setups and then having no payoffs. You did the Dark Phoenix saga twice and you failed, Fox. Which movie theaters had the most crowded raves? Endgame. Trust me, that one and the first Avengers. People went crazy. The movie didn't even start yet. They said enjoy the show, and people were clapping. Nothing happened yet. It was just the opening credits of the movie, and they were clapping. You should have heard my reaction, guys. Well, some people did. Tom Holland or Michael Caine? That's a hard one, but you spelled Caine wrong. He has an I. And by the way, Karen comes in this movie very late into the film because she was doing Jumanji 3 at the time, and 8 other movies, because they want her to be in everything, because she did Spies in Disguise and all this stuff. I hope people can go crazy with the Flash. Yeah, trust me, he was one of the best things in Justice League. I know that in both cuts, because not everything that he did in the Joss Whedon version of the theatrical cut was cut. No, some of it was intact in the Snyder cut. The scene where he stops the Batarang and says, "I'm in," again.
Hungry, scrounging for scraps. Your planet was on the brink of collapse. I'm the one who stopped that. You know what's happened since then?
I know.
Children born. No, nothing.
People are going to go nuts when Black Widow comes out, because it's the first MCU movie in 2 years. So the audience excitement will be there. Hell, I'm going to start the rave if I have to, because I'm like, guys, I need that high. I haven't gotten that for 2 years. So people that were complaining on Facebook, I'm too pessimistic because I was taking my freaking butter was denied. WandaVision was great, but it was too short. It was like a couple episodes. And Falcon was even shorter. It was only 6 episodes. I want a 2-hour movie in the theater again, and I will get it. I shall have it.
Time. You had that same will as you fought by.
It's already 12 o'clock, and I didn't even feel this. This movie's we're an hour in, and I felt like 5 minutes have passed. A lot's happened, but there's still a lot more to go. Yeah, one of them. Wait till you see Tiana Paris as Photon. That's a hot woman right there. No green makeup, just gorgeous black skin, frizzy hair, and a gorgeous body, and also an actress that can act. Monica went from a cute little girl in Captain Marvel to this gorgeous woman, and I'm like, yeah. So thanks to the snap, that's why it happened, or the blip. Plus, this movie looks great. See, this scene is in the dark, but I can see them. It's not like, oh my God, I can't see it. Yeah. So 1 hour and 8 minutes into the movie, that's when Nebula shows up. And she doesn't really do anything except scream, and then she shows up in the 3rd act. And that's an effect, when she's broken into pieces. Put your personal lives aside when you're acting in movies. There's something did until the end of the movie. Yeah, that ending is worse than this ending, Josh. John Hill. I'm okay with Karen being in the film later on. Yeah, but the thing is that you don't need to put a gay agenda at the end of the film. It just feels really forced, and it was not needed. This is just Karen's voice because the effects are doing the acting pretty much because she's not really broken into pieces, guys.
Accessing memory files. Know what he's about to do. He's finally ready, and he's going for the stones. All of them. He can't, Nebula, because I found the map to the Soul Stone.
Yep, I'm amazed how 2019 was so great, but 2020 was hellfire or bad things happen. Yeah, because people are stupid. That's why. Letting contaminated animals spread diseases all over the world. That's how COVID started. It wasn't because of the Chinese. They didn't create this, guys. Get over it. Animals are contaminated and they can cause diseases. Hell, I live near a park where there's animals that could be rabid. Raccoons and possums. Yeah, I can see it. Okay, I know exactly what it's like to be in danger all the time. Who's the worst YouTube filmer? I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going there. I'm not going to get 100 thumbs down after this. I'm not going to go there because I'm not going to answer that because it's not worth it. I've been through enough already. I lost a friend on Facebook over a misunderstanding, which it wasn't my fault, guys. You know what I went through. I bet people are going to go crazy when Keaton shows up. Oh, hell yeah. I mean, Keaton was a great villain he was on Thanos level in Homecoming.
Forwards in the cup, out into space, and go in the cup together. You speak Groot? Yes, the total on Asgard. It was an elective. I am Groot. You know, would have been close. If it lives forward,
yeah, this is probably the smallest part of the movie with Rocket and Thor and Groot because it's just 3 characters. It's not like 18. And it's quiet, there's no like a bunch of explosions happening. It's just them talking. Yeah, Rocket's so cute. He's a cute animal. I've seen raccoons.
Your dead brother, huh? Yeah, it could be annoying. Well, he's been dead before.
Yeah, and he's coming back in Loki.
Well, this time I think it might be true. And you said your sister and your dad both dead. But still got a mom, though? Killed by a dark elf. The best friend? Stabbed through the heart.
Yeah, Thor lost everything. I think the worst YouTuber is Grace Randolph. I don't think she's that bad. I watch her box office reviews and all that. I'm like, Star Wars is going to lose again in the 2020 decade. I know they already lost. Rise of Skywalker was their white flag. They gave up after that. We're like, we give up. We're not going to make any more movies for a while because Kathleen Kennedy screwed everything up.
He's never fought me. Yeah, he has. He's never fought me twice. And I'm getting a new hammer. Don't forget. Better be some hammer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm 1,500 years old. I've killed twice as many enemies.
And by the way, I can't wait to see Thor: Love and Thunder because Natalie Portman's coming back. You know how excited I am about that? I love that actress, guys. What did you think of Filmmaster Adam? He can be hit or miss. Sometimes his rants are good, but sometimes he's a little bit unreasonable. Wonder Woman 84 was not the worst movie of last year. Hell, it wasn't even the worst DC movie last year because Birds of Prey exists, and there were some animated ones that were like, eh. But, again, I didn't hate it. It had some problems, but it wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen. Thor: Love and Thunder is going to be awesome. Yeah, Natalie's coming back. I've been waiting for this since Thor: The Dark World. So, and I love her to death, guys. You saw how much I gushed about her in the prequels. When I did the prequels, the live commentaries for that a few weeks ago, yeah. The first 2 movies and then the third one I did last week. Teen Titans breaking the fourth wall like they did with Deadpool. It depends. Have you seen his top 10 worst superhero movies he hated more than Batman and Robin? Yes, I did see that years ago. He put Green Lantern. He put Green Hornet. And Lady Sif is coming back. Yeah.
Thank you, sweet rabbit.
His eye, yeah.
Oh, I would have watched that. the only way I can see
And also, unlike the DC shows on you know, on the Arrowverse on the CW, these movies don't get
I
boring.
think this thing works. Everything seems dark. It ain't the eye.
I'm glad they gave Thor another eye, because it would have been weird just having him have an eye patch like a pirate. Batman and Robin is not only the worst superhero movie of all time, but one of the top 5 worst. Yeah, and it's not like this. This movie earns its jokes. There is a Marvel Zombies. Yeah, I know. Superman and Lois returns later tonight. I'll be watching it. I've been waiting so long. We have to wait 2 months. What is that? Nita Veller? Nita Veller? I don't know how to say that planet that they're on, or spaceship. See, there's a lot happening in this movie, but there's a payoff. If not in this movie, then in Endgame. My legs are falling asleep because the movie's almost half done, but and I had to see the digital copy because I only have this movie on Blu-ray and on Disney Plus, but I'm not upstairs, so this is fine. At least I'm not watching it on B-Flix, so. Yep, you are. There he is, the only actor from Game of Thrones in this movie. Some YouTubers be ranting on movies like for 3 hours. I know, and I'm not going to say who. I don't rant for 3 hours. I know, Josh, because you don't have to go on and on and on and compare it to other movies. And he also thinks Homecoming is the worst Spider-Man movie. It's not. There he is, Peter Dinklage. He also thinks Homecoming is the worst Spider-Man movie. You will hate it if Thanos screamed, "I will find him." There's the Emmy Award nominated actor and winner, Peter Dinklage. Yes, from Game of Thrones. And yeah, he plays a giant here. Oh, the irony.
300 dwarves lived on this ring. I thought if I did what he asked, they'd be safe.
The guy can act, man. He's shorter than I am, and the guy has more talent than guys that are twice as big as him. Just saying, guys, he's one of the only good actors in Game of Thrones. Him, Pedro Pascal, Jason Momoa, and who was the other one? I forgot. It's not the females, because they all suck. Let's face it. They're all boring, bleach white blondes or brunettes or redheads. Just not for me in those shows. Don't worry, Future. I'm not talking about you. No, it's not. It's not Josh. It's some other dumbass that wears glasses that has not gotten over his pessimism. You think I'm pessimistic? See his channel. All he does is bitch and moan and live in the past. I don't do that. I live in the present. Also, this scene is a lot better than the scene in The Force Awakens. Just saying. Yeah. Was Peter Dinklage wasted in Pixels? Yeah, because they made him unlikable, and you know he's barely in it. Hating a Spider-Man movie for being a comedy is stupid. Yeah, again, Into the Spider-Verse was also comedic. Caleb Kennedy exits American Idol after Hood video surfaces. I don't care about American Idol anyway.
Sam, it's one big guy, so we gotta move at the same time.
Okay, ready?
This is Titan. This is where the end game ends. Of how Doctor Strange does this, like that. That's cool. I like that. Wish Harry Potter did that, but he uses a wand instead of his fingers, like like that. Nicholas Lee, that would be like if I hated the Into the Spider-Verse. That's my favorite Spider-Man movie, and you were worried about it. I wasn't. It's just I don't like the third act, the flashy pink, strobe lights shouldn't be used again.
Say, if aliens wind up planting eggs in my chest or something, and I eat one of you
I
outside.
do not want another single pop culture reference out of you for the rest of the trip. You understand?
I'm trying to say that something is coming.
Yeah, here comes that stupid line. The worst line in this movie. It's not even a joke. It's just really, really forced. They can fix that in Spider-Verse 2, yeah, because they're not gonna do a flashy portal thing like in the first movie or in No Way Home. But the most seizure-inducing is Speed Racer. Oh my god. I'm starting to think that most superheroes are comedic. Not all superheroes have to be serious, otherwise they're results of Batman clones. Yeah. Because I didn't see Onward because of Chris Pratt. I also didn't see the remake of the Magnificent Seven or any of that because I don't want to. I've seen enough. I saw the Lego sequel and I hated it. The first movie was good. The first movie was good, and the Lego Batman movie.
Who's Gamora?
Yeah. What is Gamora? What?
Girl is, or I swear to you, I'm gonna French fry this little freak. Let's do it. You shoot my guy and I'll blast him. Let's go. Do it, Quill. I can take it.
No, he can't take it.
She's right.
Everyone loves all the MCU movies except for Iron Man 3. That's my least favorite because of the supporting cast.
All right, let me ask you this one time. What master do you serve?
Oh yeah, I hate this line. Not the one master do you serve, but that line was so for.
Yeah, that's on Earth.
Why did they put that in the movie? Because affiliations, guys.
Thanos?
What master you serve? That line is good. You didn't need another line after that. You could have said, "What are you talking about?" That would have been a better line.
You're the ones Thor told us about.
You know Thor?
Yeah. Tall guy, not that good looking. Needed saving. Where is he now?
Again, this conversation would have been good, but I don't blame the Russos for that line. I blame the writers because maybe one of them just wanted that. Oh, that's going to be a funny line. No, it's not. It's like that god awful line in the beginning of Suicide Squad where Will Smith is like, "I'm going to rain down on you." I'm like, no. Everyone loves the Lego Movie 2 is the third act of Spider-Verse, but for the whole movie, yeah, because it's a bunch of annoying colors in my face. I hate that. With these superhero movies, have a balance between light and dark. Exactly. This movie balanced it really well. But you don't need cringe-worthy dialogue either. The Forge. Pratt, I already told you guys, he needs to shut up. Chris needs to shut his mouth. Chris Pine didn't do that. When Wonder Woman flopped, he didn't say, "Oh, it's all Gal's fault." No, he didn't. He kept his mouth shut. It bombed because it came out at the wrong time. And it was too freaking long. This movie is shorter. How is this movie shorter than Wonder Woman 84? Because it didn't drag ass. It didn't have a middle where nothing happens. There was an action scene in this movie literally every 15 minutes to keep the audience energized.
Are you yawning? In the middle of this while I'm breaking it down? Huh? Did you hear what I said?
Robert is just great. He carries this whole franchise. Even with in WandaVision, they had to mention his company, Stark Industries, because Tony's presence will always be in the MCU somewhere, guys. Yep.
All right, just get over here, please.
Iron Man 3 could be your least favorite because of the fake Mandarin. No, it's not just because of that. I'm not a fan of Rebecca Kaufman or Guy Pearce, or even the some of the jokes just fell flat for me. How did they introduce the fake Mandarin? He's going to the bathroom and he's in bed with a bunch of women. No, Pratt, you suck. Okay, you could easily be replaced in the MCU because I've seen Star-Lord done better in the cartoon. Yeah, that cartoon of Guardians. Yeah, freaking Will Friedle as the voice of Star-Lord. Yeah, he did a better job than you because he kept his affiliations out of my superhero movies. John Hill, Ragnarok is my least favorite because of the Grandmaster, but he's a useless character. He's just there because they wanted to give Jeff Goldblum a big paycheck.
Strange. You all right?
It's like Strange is having a bad internet connection. He's like, brr, brr.
Hey, what was that?
Forward in time. To view alternate futures.
Yep, wink, wink.
See all the possible outcomes of the coming conflict. 14,605,000.
Yep, that's basically every MCU movie coming out. Because this is the future, guys. Like they said in Mando, this is the way. My least favorite is Iron Man 2. It's an Avengers commercial. I know, guys. No one said it was this one. Why? Because this movie delivered. And people that hated it just were expecting the wrong movie. It's too long. It's too jokey. It's too dark. Too many people die in it. Again, it was a war. It has the word war in it. Yeah, war. Like Star Wars. What the hell were you expecting? Shang-Chi has my interest. Martial arts, yeah, exactly. Martial arts in the MCU, which we need to see more of. And a guy that can actually fight, unlike Iron Fist. Zing. It's a long movie, but don't worry. This is the last 2-hour movie I'm doing for a while, until June, because Olympus Has Fallen is shorter than this. Yeah. There he is, Red Skull. We hadn't seen him in over, what, like 8 years? Well, 7 years since the first Captain America movie. It's not Hugo Weaving. It's another actor, but did a good job. He looks like the Dementor from Harry Potter.
I'm prepared. We all think that at first. We are all.
He ain't the actor who played the fake Mandarin. It's not that he's a bad actor. It's just that they shouldn't have put him. That twist was just stupid. You mean Ben Kingsley should have been the main villain, not Guy Pearce shooting fire out of his mouth. That was stupid. And Rebecca Cough Medicine, she sucked in that movie, and she sucked in Godzilla vs. Kong. I enjoyed the Iron Fist show. More power to you guys, but Shang-Chi's going to be better. Because you actually have an Asian doing martial arts, not some frizzy-haired British guy that looks like a knockoff of Oliver Queen from Arrow. Sorry. Arrow did it better. And that was on TV, regular TV, on channel in the 2010s.
What's this?
The price. Soul holds a special place among the Infinity Stones. You might say
Venom Let There Be garbage. Yeah, I'm not going to see that movie because it doesn't respect the source material.
To ensure that whoever possesses it understands its power.
Infinity War is my favorite MCU movie. That's fine. It's one of my favorites too. I just gave it a 9 out of 10 because of the ending. Get it?
All my life, I dreamed of a day, a moment, when you got what you deserved.
No, that's not until the next movie, Gamora.
I was always so disappointed. But now,
At least he threw her down and not Nebula.
you kill and
Because the movie, yeah, it works. This movie works. I can rewatch it. I can't do that with Force Awakens. I rewatch it again, I might have a seizure. Rogue One, I was just bored out of my mind. The only 2 good scenes are with Darth Vader. That's it. The robot was cool, but he shouldn't have died. That makes no freaking sense. He's a robot. He's a droid. He can be repaired. Vision was repaired in WandaVision. Would you call it vomit? Yeah, because it's disgusting. The Venom made my stomach hurt. How did that movie come out a few months after this is beyond me, because Sony is stupid. Hell, even DC didn't release their movie till the end of the year. Aquaman came out in December, and it was really good. It was almost as long as this, because I did a podcast with my good friend Josh, and it is too long, but that's because Amber Heard's in it. So he's on a snowy mountain.
this isn't love.
I ignored my destiny once. I cannot do that again.
No.
Even for you.
We got a new trailer for Dear Evan Hansen with Caitlin in it. If the musical I was telling you about. Yeah, I'm going to wait for that. I don't have to see that in the theater. mainly because there's so much I'm going to be seeing in the second half of the year. You got you got Black Widow, and you have Shang-Chi, and you have Eternals, and you have Spider-Man. There's a lot. So I'm not going to get to that movie until probably I can stream it. Because Book Smart, I saw that at home. I didn't watch it in the theater because it came out too late. It was like right Memorial Day weekend, and it didn't do as well as it could have. Goodbye, Gamora. We won't see you to the next movie at the very end. What the villain wants, he gets. With Kylo, we don't know what the hell he wanted. That's why he failed. Squished. You know, the writer for both Venom films wrote 50 Shades? Yeah, I'm not surprised. That's why I felt like a freaking romantic comedy with a villain in it. And ate out of the trash. It would make me sick. Yeah, it made me sick. The movie was just Tom Hardy acting like a cartoon character. That score is really good, by the way. It's powerful. And the movie could have ended there, but it wasn't. Come on, guys. When Endgame had Thor cut his head off and the movie went black, I'm like, please don't let the movie be over. I was like, oh my God, that's going to be the biggest slap in the face. And I'm like, oh, thank God. It said 5 years later. Would you be pissed if they replace Holland and Tom Hardy as Spider-Man? Uh,
Up to 2600, heading 030.
Never going to happen, no. Because, like I said, Holland is way too popular to be just killed off. Hardy is not that popular. Venom was only popular overseas more than in the U.S. In the U.S., it got destroyed by critics. Plus, I prefer Chris Evans over Pratt because he shuts his mouth. That's why he's getting more work. In my opinion, I don't think Venom is bad. I could just see Carnage. I don't want to see it.
Well, this is not what I imagined. Nor did you imagine this being established.
That's the girl that was in the Wakandan that was in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Because again, Zemo was in that.
Seems like I'm always thanking you for something.
Yeah, we miss you, Bozeman.
We don't do that here. So how big of an assault should we expect? Sir, I think you should expect
Miles is going to be popular and even more in live action. He's popular with cartoons, his film, and his game. Yeah, exactly. So this is his time to shine. And these characters feel like a family. That's what was missing in the recent X-Men movies and in Star Wars. Just saying, guys. There's Shuri. It's only a cameo, but she's in it. Also, I do like her Princess Leia buns. Those are a nice touch.
Non-sequential.
Why did you just reprogram the synapses to work collectively?
Because we didn't think of it.
I'm sure you did your best. Can you do it?
And while Shuri is a likable character, it's still not going to be the same. What if Wonder Woman ate a lobster and not a thing? It would be a cartoon. If she did that in the animated DC superhero girls, it would be funny. But in a live action movie, it looks ridiculous. That's taking the comedy too far. It's becoming slapstick. This movie is never slapstick. Never. The jokes come and go, but they're not like that bow. And he says, we don't do it here. See, that's funny. But it's not like he keeps doing it, you know? It's one and done. You can't stretch a joke out for 5 minutes. It doesn't work that way. Also, this ending fight in Wakanda feels like the fight at the end of The Phantom Menace, which is also a very long movie that I still enjoy watching. See, they have a shield. They fight a bunch of, not robots, but, you know, like a bunch of aliens. Yeah, it's basically the fight at the end of The Phantom Menace. Hold on.
It's too late. We need to destroy the stone.
Put your ass back on the table.
What do you want to hold him off? One. As soon as that stone's out of his head, you blow it to hell.
Well,
Evacuate the city. Engage all defenses. Give this man a shield.
Hell yeah. People clapped. Because again, we're invested. Do you hate it when movies run a joke into the ground? Yeah, when they have to say the same joke, like Melissa McCarthy in Thunder Force, where she has to say Urkel and she has to say it 5 times. I'm like, we get the joke. You don't have to beat it into our heads.
Buddy, you're in space. All you guys are
It's great. He's rocket straight. Ah! It's like in the second Guardians when he's when they're going to space and his eyes are popping out. Yeah, see, that was trippy, but that was hilarious. John, they're great for Captain America 1990. It's a D. I don't think it's horrible, but I can watch it as a so bad it's good. It's not as good as this, but you know. More power, rabbits! I love that. He's not a rabbit, he's a raccoon. Or looks like one anyway. We're almost done with the movie, guys. Trust me. We're about like maybe 30 or 30 so minutes left. Let's see, 24, that's 2 hours, 17. Yeah, about 40 minutes. And I'm going to skip the end credits to show Captain Marvel's symbol at the end. Because again, I was excited. Some people didn't know who that was, but I do because I've seen the cartoon. That looks beautiful, yeah. Tell me this doesn't remind me of the Death Star in the original Star Wars.
Damn it. Damn it? What's damn it? The mechanism is crippled. What? With the iris closed, I can't heat the metal. How long will it take to heat it? A few minutes, maybe more. Why? I'm gonna hold it open. That's suicide. So who's facing Thanos without that axe?
Yeah, and Godzilla versus Kong, Kong uses that freaking axe that Thor used, and it was pretty awesome. That blue thing that he finds underground, and he just uses it on Mechagodzilla. That's badass. The Hulkbuster armor, yeah. Again, they're in a grassy field fighting a bunch of monsters. Yeah, it's basically just you replace the robots with monsters, and it's the fight from Phantom Menace. And this looks like, and that ship looks like the Millennium Falcon, just a smaller version of it because it has the exhaust port and all that. Yep, here we go. Ooh. Remember those people in Black Panther? That was great. Yeah, I bet all the cast cried that worked on Black Panther because they missed Boseman a lot because it had come out 2 months, 3 months before this movie. Well, 2 months, depending on when you saw this movie. And there was no Disney Plus in 2018. It's not like you could watch this movie on Disney Plus when the film was in theaters. No.
where's your other friend? He will pay for his life with yours.
Thanos will have that stone.
It's not gonna happen. You are in Wakanda now.
Oh, yeah.
Thanos would have nothing but dust and blood. We have blood to spare.
What if Thanos said a turn in the wind? It would be stupid because, like I said, Sony doesn't know how to write a movie. This is the Phantom Menace. It really is. It reminded me of that. Like, why does this look familiar? Oh, yeah, because the Russo saw Star Wars Episode 1. But again, instead of robots, you have these alien bug things. They look like the aliens from Cowboys and Aliens. E-Bombay! 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 Oh, yeah. People were saying that in the theater, yeah. They were invested. Again, guys.
Looks like we pissed her off.
Oh, there's too much CG. Again, it's a superhero movie. They're going to put CGI, unless it's called Joker, which didn't have any CG, by the way, in any scene. It was mostly just practical blood, and maybe there was some enhancements. Everyone was depressed when Boseman passed. Yeah, it came out of nowhere. What movie is worse, Venom or Alien Covenant? Venom, because I was nauseated with Alien Covenant. I was just bored. What's worse, Batman and Robin or Superman 4? Depends what mood I'm in. Boseman knew that the life was short, so he swung for the fences, man, when he was alive. But he'll never be forgotten. Like Stan Lee will never be forgotten either. And he lived a long time. So Lee was gonna die a few months after this movie came out, and I found out on my tablet. It said Stan Lee dies at the age of 90 something, and I was like very sad. Yep. Open the shield, remember? In the Phantom Menace. And some people said, why is everybody speaking English? It's an American movie, guys. It's made by American writers and American directors. Yeah. No movie is gonna. Hell yeah, Okoye. Hell yeah. Watch, here we go. Thank you, Boseman. Thank you for this. This is a new May the Force Be With You for Black people. Yes! Woo! Here we go. Hell yeah. Wakanda forever. People clapped. A lot of black people in my theater were clapping out loud. This battle is freaking epic, man. I love this. It's just people going at it in a grassy field in the daytime, and you can see everything. This battle still holds up, man. An hour and 42 minutes into the movie, and I'm just like, this is freaking epic. And this isn't the only action scene in the movie either. Yeah. I don't want Boseman to be replaced because he never can. Blade can, because Snipes hasn't played Blade in a long time. And Mahershala Ali is going to do fine. So...
That's what killing you means.
Oh, Peter Dinklage is so good, and he doesn't have anything to do, but at least his acting is what works here. I bet the Black Panther sequel is going to open up with a memorial. Yeah, it is. It is going to do that because they did that for Carrie Fisher in The Last Jedi. They said in loving memory of her. That was the only good thing that damn movie did. It'll kill you. We knew Thor wasn't going to get burned alive. I mean, come on, he's a freaking Norse demigod. Trust me, I've been in the sun. It burns real quick. This is fun. I'm glad that I did this on YouTube and not on StreamYard because it's a lot more civil. See, they're not talking about the Taco Bell movie or any of that BS that I had to deal with last month. Groot. Yeah, Groot finally gets off his ass and does something about 2 hours into the movie. Just like with Captain Marvel opening the movie honoring Stan Lee, that was very respectable. And people said that movie was horrible. It said, thank you, Stan Lee, and people clapped. Yes, because we'll always remember him. He gives him a handle. He cuts off his arm. That's awesome. This is great. Yep, people clapped. Again, people, when they're invested, they will clap. Nobody was clapping when the Rise of Skywalker trailer came out. They were just dead silent because they knew what the, yeah, oh yeah. The axe that Kong uses in Godzilla versus Kong. That one is a little bit more pointier, but it's the Stormbreaker, guys. It's a giant axe that he uses to kill Mechagodzilla with at the end. Get your hands off of Captain Marvel. You know what's sad? These creatures look better than Venom does, and they don't talk like freaking Freddy Krueger. I still love this movie, guys. Can you tell by my expression? I'm invested. I must have been to sit this long without getting up to go to the bathroom. Oh yeah, a rainbow. There's a Stormbreaker. Woo! Yes! There it is. Oh yeah, baby. Watch this. Watch Thor go Super Saiyan in this. This is badass, man. You guys are so screwed now. Oh yeah. Who mentioned talking about no one did? Yes! Woo! Watch this. Woo! That's freaking awesome. That's great. I love that. That is freaking awesome, man. And he's like, ask and you shall receive, Thor. Well, actually later. He fights him later. This is him in Titan, but oh my, people were clapping. I was jumping out of my seat when I saw that. I feel like a kid again when I see these movies, man. And that's saying a lot because I had a lot of great movies come out in my childhood in the 90s and the 2000s. Do you want Perlman to play Swamp Thing? We'll see.
I take it to Mars, Dad. They extracts a heavy toll.
Mm-hmm.
Still, he accomplished his mission. You may regret that. He brought you face to face with the master of the mystic arts. Where do you think he brought you? Let me guess. Your home? It was. And it was beautiful.
It was beautiful. Yeah, I'll say.
Titan was like most planets. Too many mouths.
It looks like a Star Wars planet from like the prequels or something. Or from like Mando or that's what I'm saying. When I'm invested with Mandalorian, both seasons I loved. Whether Baby Yoda was on screen or not. Mando got me through that show. A lot of it.
Congratulations, you're a prophet. I'm a survivor.
So am I.
Murdered trillions. Those 6 stones, I could simply snap my fingers. They would all cease to exist, and I call that mercy.
Yeah, exactly. The snap was basically what happened last year.
Mm-hmm. I finally rest. Watch the sunrise on a grateful.
Do you think Steven Smell could make a great Batman? Who's Steven Smell? Amell? You mean?
I think you'll find our will equal
Like I said, there's a reason Pratt hasn't been in the MCU in 2 years. And he's not going to be in anything for a while. So that gives me some time to heal. Because, man, in Endgame, there's a reason why he was barely in it. Yeah, because of his mouth. You don't shut your mouth, you'll be reduced. Look what happened to Megan Fox in Transformers 3. She was replaced. That wasn't just because they were tired of Michaela. She was supposed to come back. Yeah, well, boom to you too, sir. What do you think of Bailey Madison? She's a good actress. Remember her when she was a little girl. Yeah, Stephen Amell, my bad. When Thanos snapped his fingers, the Rehash trilogy and others who you hate in a nutshell. Yeah, they were snapped away. Once that happened, and then Tony did it a year later in Endgame, it was like, oh, That's all out of my system now. Now we can move on and stop trying to, have any more SJW characters in Star Wars. Because there were females in Mando, but they were likable. Bo-Katan and Ahsoka and freaking Cara Dune, they were much better characters. Because they were written right. They didn't have vagina powers. They had likability and good writing, good character motivations. It's awesome. I love this. Nebula finally does something. An hour and 50 minutes into the movie. An hour and 50 minutes. She probably has the latest appearance in the movie of all the characters. She's dead. She was thrown into a hole. See, they could have beaten him. But that's what the fourth movie is for. Well, trust me, we'll get to that. This is the only time that Thanos screams. Ah! But he's in pain. That's why. He's not screaming like a bitch because something went wrong.
Be quick. He is very strong.
Parker, help! Get over here. She can't hold much longer. Let's go.
We gotta open his door.
That should be hard to catch. For the record, this is my plan. Not so strong now, huh? Where's Gamora?
John, how old is Eddie? I don't know how old he is.
Oh, shit. Where is she?
He is in anguish.
I know.
He mourns.
What is this? Monster! I have to mourn! Gamora.
He took her to Boromir. He came back with the soul stone.
The Academy is just too scared to nominate superhero movies. Yeah, there's no excuse. There's no excuse because Joker won 2 Academy Awards last year, and Into the Spider-Verse won 2 for it won an Oscar for Best Animated.
Tell me you didn't do it.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. See, his anger got him in trouble. See, they could have beaten him. They're just too scared and how dare Scorsese say these movies are not art? They are art. You have masterful artists working on these movies for the effects and the makeup and the costumes and the sets and everything. This isn't just computers doing the work, guys. People did the work for these movies. That's why they made billions of dollars. Yeah, your freaking Parasites and your No Man's Lands, those movies didn't even make a lot of money. Hell, Parasite was on Netflix last year. Yeah. Netflix, something that it only makes money when they get subscribers and people buy their movies on DVD. Again, unlike The Last Jedi, this movie subverted expectations the right way. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes!
How much for the gun? Not for sale. Okay, how much for the arm? Oh, I'll get that arm.
That's awesome, yeah. I love that. See, that's rapport that works, guys, because we've known these. Steve Rogers. Yep, you are. Not Wyatt Russell. Sorry, he's not. He's no Steve Rogers. They could have stopped Thanos, but Star-Lord and his blind rage messed him up again. Yeah, because Chris Pratt's stupid. And then when Thor tries to kill him, he doesn't cut his head off until Endgame. That's awesome.
Set fire to the left flank, Sam.
There's some characters in this movie, and yet you're invested in every single one of these freaking people. There's a reason why Endgame is still the highest grossing superhero movie. Yeah, Avatar beat it by a few million. Boo freaking who. We'll get a second chance. When those sequels come out, no one's going to care. Why? Because you can watch it on Disney Plus about a year from now. Oh, yeah. There's Wanda.
Why was she up there all this time?
That's a good question, Okoye. Yeah. She was up there because she was filming WandaVision about a year from now, from this. And I bet Dune is going to be treated like Endgame. Yeah, exactly, John. You know why? Because you have a director that cares about the source material. Yeah, Lynch didn't care about. He was doing his own take on Dune in the 80s. That's why weird. But with this new one, we're going to get epic battles. We're going to get a lot of freaking good acting. We're going to get gorgeous visuals. We're going to get better characterizations compared to Force Awakens. She's not alone. Oh yeah, my favorite female. Well, her and Natalie Portman are my favorite women in the industry. Period. This is the perfect movie to see today, also, because I didn't have much to do today.
Come on, no you don't. It's gonna be like New York, pal. The suit's already kicked the crap out of the Hulk. Guys, Vision needs backup now. Hulk, I know you like making your entrance in the last second. Well, this is it, man. This is the last second. Oh, screw you big green asshole!
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's funny. Yep, he blew up.
Oh, we got a lot to figure out, pal.
Yeah, they do. Because in the next movie, he's Hulk all the time. He only turns into Bruce once when the ancient one knocks him out of his Hulk body.
But you're dying like any man.
There's Cap. Yeah, well, he's Steve Rogers. He doesn't have his Captain America mask. That's why I prefer Endgame, because it was the movie that I've been waiting for, guys. That 14-minute battle at the end is freaking fantastic. This one was pretty damn good too. It's just the ending is kind of weak. Yep. There we go. Do you realize Dune is going to be a two-parter? I know. Like this, the only difference is that it's only 2 films. It's not going to be 4. And also, that movie's not a superhero movie. It's based on a beloved novel that hasn't been adapted into the perfect thing. This is going to be this is going to be its epicness. It's going to be shown. I'm going to take that hat off because the movie's too long. I don't want to get a headache. I can take it off. The movie's almost over anyway. Can't wait to do Endgame soon in June. What do you think of Reign of the Superman? I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to see it soon, sometime this week, hopefully. It's shorter than this, so I can at least say that. If you don't know what you're doing when you're making the source material, you'll end up with a movie that just pisses off a certain Everybody and certain actors will give you nightmares. Yeah, exactly. Butterflies. Oh, that looks awesome. Doctor Strange has like 12 arms. Yeah. Multiverse of Madness, anyone? Yeah. What about Batman Hush? No, not yet. The last Batman movie I saw was Batman and Harley Quinn, which I liked for what it was. Time Stone. What a because like I said, when you embrace the source material, you get movies like this. You get Endgame. You get Sonic the Hedgehog. Justice League War is my least favorite DC universe. It might be a franchise, exactly. People want another epic. They don't want any more boring movies where there's too much talking. My battery must be like at 50%. I don't know, because I saw the whole movie on this thing. I'm skipping the end credits, so if you hear a silence, it's because the movie's over. But I got to get to the end credit scene with Nick Fury disappearing and Maria Hill, and then you see this Captain Marvel symbol, which people clapped. Some people were kind of confused; they didn't know who she was. Pixels is too bad to be in the MCU. Thanos is punching him with an open fist without the Infinity Gauntlet, and he's. What if every Avenger was a deer in the headlights? Then it wouldn't be good. It'd be Rogue One, where you have the good action like this movie, but it doesn't have the heart. It doesn't have any comedy. It doesn't have the good badass characters. I thought it was over there, but it's not. And does anybody really die in a comic book movie? No. In Spider-Man 2, Doc Ock drowned. But here's the thing: maybe he fell into a portal when Far From Home happened. Maybe he did. We don't know.
I hope they remember you.
Oh, trust me, they will, Josh Brolin. They will. They'll always remember Robert. They'll forget Doolittle even happened.
Stop. Spare his life, and I will give you the stone.
Captain America Civil War is my favorite. Yeah, that was basically this movie, and it also has a downbeat ending because you have the heroes fighting each other. But the thing is that it was missing some characters that I wanted to see. It didn't have Thor, it didn't have Hulk, and the villain was god-awful. Zemo was not a good villain. Thanos actually gets things done. There's a reason he wins. Zemo also kind of wins, but in the next move in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they made him a comedic character. It's not the same Zemo from Civil War. He changed. It's the same actor. It's just they did a different take with him. Oh man, this is awesome. I'm glad I got to do this podcast, guys, for you guys. I'm loving this. This is what my cinematic life is all about, man. Having a great time in the theater. Right, you should have gone for the head. Yeah, she should have gone for the head, but she didn't. She went for the ball sack instead. My number 2 is Infinity War. 3 is Endgame. 4 is Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Black Panther is number 5, and 6 is Guardians. Yeah. To me, the first 2 Avengers, the first Avenger and the first Avengers movie and Endgame are tied because they're both masterpieces.
Why did you do that? We're in the end game now.
Hell yeah, we are. That's why they called it Endgame. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yep. There's Wanda. Wanda and Vision together before the show comes. This is their last time together until WandaVision.
went on my position. We have incoming.
And Chris Evans is going to be 40 this year. It's amazing. The guy's aged very well in the past 10 years in the MCU. Excuse me. Oh yeah, they don't even see Thanos until literally 2 hours into the movie. 2 hours and 5 minutes. This is only a minute ahead because I started the movie a minute later. So, plus it'll end around the same time when I skip the end credits because I don't really stay for the end credits. There's only one post-credit scene, and it's at the very end. People were very shocked. It was like the credits are going up, and then it's blacked out, and like, what's the scene? And they're like, oh, are you kidding me? And then they waited till the very end. I do. I always wait till the very end. It's time. Yep.
You have the power to destroy the star. We must look at one piece. We are out of time.
For now. When Disney Plus gets a hold of you, yeah, they're going to make you awesome again. You would hate it if there was an upbeat song after Thanos snapped his finger. Yeah, because I would be like, no, that's not how you end the movie.
It's not fair. It shouldn't be here, but it is.
And how dare they waste Paul Bettany in Solo?
You could never hurt me.
For now. How hard did you skip movie 43 for the past 8 years? Because I'm not a fan of movies that insult my intelligence and are not funny. It's emotional, guys. I was invested. By the time I saw Force Awakens, I was already done. I didn't want to see Rogue One in the theater or The Last Jedi or Solo. And I definitely didn't skip. I skipped Rise of Skywalker because I was sick when it came out. I was at home recovering from a flu, and luckily I recovered. If they made a movie 44, I would go to break. Yeah, I don't want to see that. Oh yeah, I love this when he grabs his hand. Yep, he knocked dude right out. What if there was an Avengers Vomit War? No, it wouldn't. I would have walked out. I will not hesitate to walk out of a movie this year, except for the MCU films like Black Widow. I don't care what about Pugface. She is never going to be in a movie like this that makes $2 billion. Plus, Vision can't. He's not human. He's a robot, but his death is earned. Unlike in K2SO, just gets blasted and that's it. And that's it from behind. Yeah, Rogue One did it all wrong, guys. I'm sorry. And you have the worst female lead in those spin-offs. The prequels have better female leads than this.
I understand, my child. Better than anyone.
Yeah, he worked with her, an old boy.
You could never.
So he patted her head.
Today I lost more than you can know. But now is not time to mourn.
No, it's not, because in 2 months we return. We dip our feet back into the MCU films in the theaters after 2 long years. Not 2 months, 2 years. The last one was Far From Home, and that was the epilogue to this grand finale of an Avengers movie. Secret Society is worse because I had nothing good in it. It was boring. Venom will never be in the MCU, no, because he can't. He won't be taken seriously. See, he takes he just shuts him down. That's about it. See, that's it. Vision's body is they still Shield get Sword gets it and they take it into a facility. Now we know what happened. Yep, superpower Thanos. We don't really see much with him with the stones because he gets all of them. Thor hits him. John, letter grade for Secret Society. I give it a C minus. No, it gets a. It's get. I hated that movie more than anything I saw on Disney Plus last year because it bored me. It's supposed to be a superhero movie and nothing happens. You'll die for that. Yep. It's great. Do you give it an F or a D minus? D minus. You should have gone for the head or his arm. Yep. Snap. And the movie's over. The movie could have ended there, but we have to see the aftermath of this. Yeah, the Infinity Gauntlet is gone. You can only use it once, apparently. It's like the Power Glove from Nintendo. You can only use it once. And no, I never used a Power Glove because I didn't want to waste my time doing this, playing a video game. I play like this or like this. I never played like this or putting goggles on my face like in the Virtual Boy, which was horrible, by the way. There she is. There's Gamora as a little girl.
Think you do it?
Yeah. How seizure-inducing was Speed Racer? Completely. The whole movie was just an acid trip. This is the scene that sucks the most. See ya. We'll see you in the next movie. Can I snap away the Secret Society? Kind of did, because there's not going to be a sequel to it. The Wachowskis movies, to be honest, after The Matrix, they should have stopped. This is when everybody disappears. Well, half of them anyway. Thor stays. No, it's just all the original Avengers stay, but not... Bucky is the first one to go, yeah. But I knew they weren't going to die because I'm like, some of them were signed on to do the MCU shows. Loki didn't get turned to dust. But we know what happens to him.
This is no place to die.
Yes, and I know that kind of happened to Boseman 2 years later, but I see this movie as just, like before he died. His swan song, Endgame was his swan song. There's Groot, but Groot's a tree. Trees can grow back.
No. Groot. No.
I bet Josh was upset when Wanda disappeared, but again, we knew she would come back, guys. And Falcon, because he's the new Captain America. So how much did you just like? What villain do you like more, Thanos or Kingpin? Thanos, because Kingpin, I don't remember much that he did. He wasn't really that threatening. What he did was he killed Peter Parker in the beginning, and that's all I remember. Do your live commentary on Logan. I can't do it right now. I just saw it. Hold on. Trust me, Cole, no one will miss you. There we go. Yeah, Drax disappeared, but again, he was filming. Batista was doing another movie. He was doing My Spy or I. What was it called? My Spy. Yeah. Bye, Pratt. We won't see you for a long time. And good thing, because last year I skipped Onward. It was the only way.
There was no other way. Start.
Yeah, I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark. Yeah, people cried in this when Spider-Man disappeared, but I'm like, Far From Home, he came back, guys.
I don't know what's happening. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Sir, please. Please, I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
John, great for Monsters University. It's a great sequel. It's a prequel that I actually really enjoyed. I'll do Logan, but I'm going to do it in the second half of the year because it's very downbeat. It's way more downbeat than this. Because in that, Logan stays dead. It's not like he dies and then in Deadpool 2 he shows up again. People were upset that Spidey died, but I'm like, he didn't die for long, guys. A year later, on your left, and the movie freaking, there was a payoff. That would have been like in The Last Jedi, Snoke dies, and then freaking Luke dies. In the next movie, there's no payoff to it. There's none, because Luke comes back as a ghost but does nothing, and then Snoke is never mentioned again.
What the hell is happening?
Marshall Ali will be great as Blade. Yeah, he's going to be a great Blade to honor the memory of Boseman. You know, as the first black. You know, even though because Wesley Snipes was supposed to play Black Panther in the '90s, but then he became. Here's the ending of the movie. Yeah, it's kind of weak. It didn't ruin the movie for me though. With the Mitchells, it took the movie down a peg because I'm like, the movie could have ended. They say goodbye to her in college. Movie's over. You don't need the gay flag in the freaking end of the movie. It was not needed. I have no pride, guys. I have no pride. I'm a heterosexual man living in this gay world of 2021. Have you seen Moonlight? No, because it's gay and I don't care. Sorry. The main character's gay. I'm not interested in seeing any Pride Month bullshit this month or in June. I'm avoiding anything gay for the entire month of June. That means I have to see Booksmart in May. And that's the ending of the movie. And the movie's over. That was freaking awesome. Downbeat ending, but let's skip the end credits. Skip it. Skip. Skip. Not too much. Let me just do 15. But that was it. 2 hours and 17 minutes, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm just getting to the end credits because there's still one more scene. I don't want to fast forward it too much. All these people worked on it. What Spider-Verse death is more brutal? Infinity War or Spider-Verse? Spider-Verse, because people stayed dead in that movie. It wasn't like there was a snap. Have you seen The Shape of Water? No. Here we go. Now we get to the last scene. About 2 hours and 27 minutes in. Yeah, 10 minutes of end credits. So that's a lot, guys.
No, not yet. We're watching every satellite on both hemispheres, but still nothing.
What is?
Multiple bogeys.
This is Captain Marvel. Yeah, is this a great scene? No, but I love seeing that symbol at the end. When I saw this, people were like, wait, there's a post-credit scene here? Yes, there is. It wasn't as downbeat as you think. Because Nick Fury and Maria Hill disappear, but they come back in Endgame. And also, they come back, well, their images come back in Far From Home. It reminded me of the scene in Man of Steel. That was way more depressing because in that movie, he has to kill the villain with his bare hands, and there's no payoff. Like in the next movie, we don't see him until he fights Batman, and that took too long. Brie Larson and Kelly Marie Tran are underdogs. Yeah, they got blasted for movies that they didn't deserve to. One of them won an Oscar, and they keep forgetting that. That's why she's in the MCU. Here we go, Captain Marvel symbol. Why didn't she show up? Because Brie wasn't available yet. Sending.
There she is. Hell yeah. Captain Marvel. Kiss my ass hater. She's coming back next year with Monica and with Miss Marvel. So yeah, that's how you end the movie, man. That was fun. I had a great time, guys. Thanos will return. We know he's barely going to be in Endgame, but he definitely shows up. Then that was Avengers Endgame, Infinity War, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care. This was a much easier thing than to do with the chat. I should do more live streams here than on StreamYard because it was a much more efficient way of doing it. The Wi-Fi didn't crash at all, and it worked. So thanks for watching. Next podcast is going to be on May 31st for Olympus Has Fallen. So stay tuned for that. More reviews this week, hopefully. And this was a great time. So thanks for watching, guys. And we'll stop out immediately. We'll no longer let you live. Yeah, do it.